Hey guys, it's Leafit here, and today I want to talk to you guys about transitioning to a vegan diet. So I know that I look like a mess, and I'm outside, and it's hot. My armpits are sweating. But this is important, and it's super nice outside, even though it feels like Hades. So I'm sorry I'm not wearing any makeup, and I kind of look like trash probably, but I'm still cute anyway. Am I right? Self-love? Am I right? But I've been laying in bed all day because I hurt my back yesterday lifting, so yeah, I'm sorry if I look kind of like a mess, but I just want to talk to you guys about transitioning to a vegan diet, how I did it, some of my tips, and some of the things that really motivate me and influence me. So, enjoy! Let's get started. So there's multiple ways you can do this, obviously. No one way is right or wrong. I went cold turkey pretty much. I went overnight, cut everything out. Most people I see like go through stages of like eliminating things, like when we get on the yogurt or like butter, something with like an animal product in it. And meat is the main thing to like cut out. I know that's really hard, but the thing that I suggest for cutting out meat is getting mock meats from stores. There's chicken nuggets, fish, meatballs, literally everything in the whole world that you could ask for, the supermarkets pretty much have. There's fake pepperoni and fake sausage and fake hot dogs. Like seriously everything. It's kind of disgusting. I eat them myself though because protein, first of all. Second of all, I grew up eating meat. Third, I'm a teenager and I need convenient food. And fourth, they taste good to me. They're what I'm used to, and it made it a lot more easy to like adapt. And then after a while, if you want to do a more whole foods diet, you can cut those kind of mock meats out. But I definitely suggest eating those at first at least. And then let's talk about yogurt and milk. I'm just going to talk to you guys about like substitutes, I guess. There's rice milk, oat milk, almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, hemp milk. There's like a billion different milks. Honestly, it's kind of like overwhelming, I think. I personally really like vanilla almond milk. It's the kind that I always drink. It's like my favorite thing ever. It tastes so good. I can't drink like unsweetened stuff, and I never actually really like milk either, but you can get like unsweetened milk for recipes like gravy and stuff, or flavored stuff for like cereal, anything else that you want. So then yogurt, I use the silk soy milk kind. And if you're allergic to soy, you can also use almond milk or almond milk based yogurt. It's also really good. I've tried both. I really like the vanilla kind again, so definitely do that if you're really into yogurt, and they're really good, and they have dairy in them obviously, and yeah. So then for ice cream, I personally like Ben & Jerry's because that's just how I am. But ice cream, Ben & Jerry's has like 6 flavors, I want to say 6 flavors that don't use dairy. There's a whole bunch of new brands coming out with vegan ice cream as well. Actually, it's a big thing in the market right now, and I think it will continue to be. There's also So Delicious. It's really good. I have like 12 pints of it in my freezer right now, and you can get those in like bigger size things as well. So I would definitely recommend that during the summer. I eat mine just like a treat whenever I want it, or if like me and my friends are eating ice cream, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just go grab some, and it makes it a lot easier. So let's talk about transitioning now. So my number one tip for transitioning is to do it at your own pace. Like I said, I went cold turkey. I was like, nope, I can't eat this stuff anymore. I'm not eating this stuff anymore. I'm done. Like, I just cut everything out. And actually a lot of people do that and have a lot of success with it. But for some people it's much harder. So you can also transition slowly. Like 1 week, let's say you cut out chicken. Next week beef, the next week something else, or slower even, just month by month, just slowly cutting out, or like cut down your servings. Have 1 vegan meal a day for 3 weeks, and then 2, and then 3, and then make your snacks all vegan. Like, there's no wrong way to do this. You are making an effort and making progress no matter what you do. So again, like I said, mock meats are definitely a beautiful thing, and so are fake, like, alternatives to milk are really important too, I think, in the transitioning phase. But I definitely would just say go at your own pace. Do what you feel like you're comfortable with and nothing more. I don't care if your friend went vegan like overnight or your friend took like a year to go vegan. I don't care. This is about you and your vegan journey. And you need to start and go wherever your heart tells you to go. So my second tip is to be more open to new things. I found that when I went vegan, my taste buds actually changed a lot. I don't crave meat at all. I never crave like cheese. Like, I still like the alternatives. Like I said, I have like sliced deli meat and fake cheese and stuff. I eat sandwiches sometimes, but like I started craving different foods. Believe it or not, before I went vegan, I actually hated peanut butter. I never ate it. I know it sounds crazy because I'm like peanut butter queen, but it's true. I did not like peanut butter. I did not like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I did not like toast. I didn't like rice. I didn't like beans. I didn't like sweet potatoes. And then I went vegan, and like the day after, everything changed. So definitely try to branch out and try new foods. Also, I feel like if like transitioning to veganism, you really have to be open, because most of the American diet has meat and dairy and eggs and everything in it, so you have to eat a lot more like cultural foods. Like, I don't know, tofu is not a big thing in America. It's all about meat and cheese and really awful things. But definitely open your horizons and just let yourself expand and just try new things. So my third tip is to find a vegan support group or find others that are vegan. I think this is the hardest thing for me still being vegan, is that I feel like I'm kind of alone. Instagram has definitely helped me with that because I've found so many amazing people. But I would definitely say find a support group, find a friend at your school, find a buddy, go to a meetup for vegans. Do something where you find support for yourself. This is so important, because if you feel like you don't have anyone supporting you, you're going to feel like you're against the world, and that's a hard thing to do alone. This movement is a hard thing to do. It's hard to stand up for what's right, and it's hard to stand up for what you believe in, but it's also so important. So I definitely say find a support group, find a buddy, find someone who supports you and shares beliefs with you. And then for my fourth tip, I believe, I would say don't worry about your protein. And people are going to ask you so many questions about your protein, like, it's actually ridiculous. But don't worry about it. Try to have like one thing of protein in your like food every day. Don't worry about it so much. In America, we often put like an emphasis on protein, saying, oh, you need so much protein. But the truth is, we really don't. As a bodybuilder, I eat like 1.5 to 1.8 grams of protein for every kilogram of my body weight to gain muscle. I'm eating like 120 grams of protein a day easily. So definitely don't worry about that. It's gonna alter your progress. It's gonna make things harder for you if you're worried about this. So definitely just kind of breathe and eat some delicious fruit, which comes to my next tip. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Your body is gonna go through this phase where it detoxes, and it can be horrendous. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, this is gonna be a TMI time right now. When I first went vegan, I pooped like 5 times a day. I was really gassy, my stomach hurt. It was a disaster. I felt disgusting. But after a week or two, it kind of, again, depends on, you know, how you transition and how your body works and how it goes. But you can have a lot of bad symptoms because of the detox, but it's your body trying to get rid of all the awful things inside of it. So eating lots of fruits and vegetables and whole foods can definitely speed this process along. Also, if you transition more slowly, I'm pretty sure you're not going to have as many symptoms because your body will like take care of it better. But definitely don't freak out. Lay in bed, do whatever you feel like you need. Just keep eating whole foods and just breathe. Eat what you feel like you want to eat. Buy alternatives if you want. Just really keep pushing through until those symptoms go away. and then you'll find yourself so much more full of energy because of this diet. It's really great. So, final tip is to kind of focus on yourself and don't focus on other people. When you go vegan, there's often a lot of questions involved, like where do you get your protein? What about B12? How do you do it? How do you stay without cheese? How do you stay without meat? So this often makes it really hard because, like I said before, it makes you feel like you're against the world. It makes you feel like no one understands you. It makes things really hard. So I would definitely recommend kind of just keeping to yourself, do your own thing. If you want to tell a few friends about it, that's fine. But don't just go like around like screaming, I'm vegan. I'm going vegan. Please help me. Like, try to keep it to yourself. Try to like just get through becoming vegan and loving it and understanding it before you go shout it to everyone, because you won't know how to answer their questions yet, and it is kind of hard actually. For me, I know it is, at least when people ask me questions about it, especially like when I'm eating, I find it really hard, and I find it like, I don't know, it's really repetitive. So definitely know your facts and stuff before you like tell people about it, because they will ask questions. So I also wanted to talk to you guys about some things that helped me. They're not really tips, but some things that helped me. Definitely documentaries helped strengthen my veganism and my standpoint on it. Earthlings, I've said this a billion times before, I preach Earthlings. I love it so much. Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy, What the Hell. Blackfish is really good. There's so many good things. So many good documentaries out there that you can find for free. And then another thing that really helped me, and I know this is going to sound kind of crazy, is YouTube. That's one of the number one reasons that I wanted to start YouTube, is because it really did help me. Some of my favorite people are naturally Stefanie, Dates with Love, Sam James, I think that's her name. I'll link them down below. There's so many. I'll tag them down below. High Carb Hannah. All of these beautiful people that are changing lives every single day, showing veganism with love and not with hate, which is another kind of tip, I guess, is when you do tell people, don't be pushy. My motto is to preach with love, not hate, because flies are more attracted to honey than vinegar. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but it's so true. If you're going and yelling at people like meat is murder, you're killing animals, they're not going to do anything but get mad at you and have a bad view on veganism. So try to preach with love. Show them what's right, show them what's wrong. Don't push them too much, just a subtle little like, watch this documentary, And if you have vegan or vegetarian friends, go for them, because they're way more likely to understand you and be open to the ideals of veganism. Another big part of going vegan is telling your parents that you're going vegan, so I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about that too. I know for a lot of parents it's really hard because in their age, I guess, veganism wasn't like a thing. And a lot of parents don't really think that there's anything wrong with animal agriculture, or like that it doesn't affect our health, but it does. And they were just not raised like that, and that's okay. I'm the only vegan in my family. No one else is even a vegetarian, and I'll tell you guys how to deal with that as well. I'm just going to make this video really long and rambly. I hope you don't care. But I definitely think know your facts. So do some research before talking to your parents about it. Know facts about the health industry. And yeah, if you watch those documentaries, like, you're set, you're going to do great. But just be really... I guess I'm gonna record the rest of this on my phone. Okay. So, just be really gentle with your family, your parents, everyone, and be understanding and know that they weren't raised the same that you were. What if it's better if I go this way? So just remember that they weren't raised the same way that you are, and that this is going to be a really hard thing for them. Understand that. And for some parents, like my wonderful parents, they were really accepting and understanding, and they're like, okay, as long as you're eating, I don't care. And especially if you're coming from an eating disorder, this might be hard. You need to make sure it's for the right reasons, and make sure that your parents know that. Wait until you get out of an eating disorder recovery. Somebody's dying. Okay, anyway, wait until you're done with recovery, wait until you feel like you can do this in the right way, and then try to talk to your parents about it, because they'll be so much more accepting and understanding. Also, just make sure, again, that you're really understanding, and if they say no, just be like, okay, don't fight with them about it, maybe talk to them about it again in a few months, and just try to cut back on your, like, eating of the animal products, if that makes sense. And yeah, I really don't have like great tips for this because my parents were so accepting about it, but definitely try to be understanding and calm and reasonable with them, because parents are more likely to listen to you and understand you and accept what you're saying if you're not being like, we have to do this because I said so and I'm not going to listen to you or hear what you have to say. So definitely just be really open and understanding, and understand that their opinions are different than yours. Also, maybe try to make them watch a documentary with you. It'd be even better if they were vegan with you. So yeah, just definitely do that. So now let's talk about how to deal with your family not being vegan. None of my family, like I said, is vegan or vegetarian, which is kind of a hard thing for me because I used to feel like a really big problem. I'm sorry, my back hurts. Anyway, I used to feel like a really big problem because I was vegan and I didn't like the food that they ate and everything. So definitely don't talk about their food. When you're at a family dinner or anywhere, honestly, just don't talk about your food. Don't say to your parents like, meat is murder. You're killing people. You're dying. You're killing yourself. Be nice. Focus on your own food. Eat your own food. Don't be a preachy vegan like that. Love, not hate. My parents are really good. They cook my food for me sometimes. Most of the time I cook my own food thing, though I can't talk. Anyway, usually I cook my own food and then it's like not a problem for them and it's easier for us both. So definitely be willing to make your own food. Educate them on veganism, what you eat, what you don't eat, and if they want to bake you something then they'll know. Maybe give them recipes. Just be really understanding and accepting and calm, and remember that like you used to be like this too. You used to not know about the evils of animal agriculture and what it did to us and what it did to the world and everything else. So just try to be understanding and understand that they're still there and everyone has their own time and that's okay. And yeah, so definitely just try to be understanding. Don't force them to eat your food, but definitely like offer it. My mom really likes tofu now, so definitely offer it to them and be understanding if they're like, that's really weird, and just try to stay calm. And it's really hard for me when people talk about my food, so maybe tell them like, I would appreciate it if we didn't talk about this right now. If you have questions you can ask me later, but not here. Just try to be respectful of your own boundaries and of your family's boundaries, and you should just be just fine. So I hope that that made sense at all. I don't think it did, but just 3 main things: be respectful, don't preach evil, and give them recipes and educate them. Those are 3 tips. Do them, love them, preach them nicely, with love. So yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that you have a fantabulous Sunday. If you guys ever have any questions on veganism, please, please, please feel free to DM me on my Instagram. My DMs are always open for you guys. I love you all so much. Comment on one of my pictures if you have a question you don't feel like comfortable DMing me. Whatever you need to do. If you're thinking about going vegan and need help, feel free to contact me. I will be your #1 supporter. I'll be your first follower on your vegan page. Whatever you want. I